BFBA. It's an event for farriers, so a bit of an unusual one for me, but they've actually got a bladesmithing competition going on here. So we've got 14 bladesmiths competing. If you guys were at the Sharp Show, there's a couple of knife makers here. They've got stands that you'll remember from the Sharp Show, and that's actually where I heard about this event. I met some guys there. A chap called Ben spoke to me about this and said, you know, why don't you come along and get some video? And actually it's a really cool event, lots of nice people, and pleased you came along. I hope you guys enjoy the footage.
Hiya, I'm Ajmal, Sweet Shop Forge. Use recycled skateboards for the handles, and yeah, do all the steelwork knife maker from Manchester.
Recycled skateboards, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What gave you that idea?
Lifelong skateboarder, and so the plies were actually Canadian maple ply, so it's quite dense, works pretty well. It's a good hardware.
I always noticed on skateboards this really nice, like laminated layers.
Yeah,
they've
so
always got cool colours.
Yeah, so the colours are perfect for it. Once you laminate them up, you get all funky patterns. And that is 80 CRV2 core and some historic wrought iron. And so they don't really make much wrought anymore, but when they used to make it, it was always hot worked. And it's layers of iron with a slag holding it together, silicate, like a glass inclusion. So once you ground it down and forged it out and etched it, it reveals all these crazy patterns of the iron layers in between.
That's all you need. So you can put your toe in. I just want to talk a little bit about toe shape before I go to
well, I'm Dr. Zach Jinx Frederick from the Anvil and New. I'm based in Cottingham, in East Yorkshire of England, and these are some of my products. I don't just make blades, I also make tools as well. Some of my best sellers are my archaeology tools and my gardening and landscaping tools. I also make woodworking tools as well. This is the first bladesmithing competition that we've had here in the UK, and I took part in that this morning. It was absolutely brilliant. We used the same steel as this knife here. This is from a Japanese company called Takfu, and it has a stainless cladding and a blue number 2 steel core. Now the core is carbon steel, that's why we can etch it black like that. This one's a hollow ground, so if you look down kind of that way on the blade, you'll see that it's slightly concave. And that means that it was ground on a contact wheel. So it just makes it a little bit more fancy, it shows more of the core and things like that. This one's also kind of fun and special as well. This has a 1095 steel core. The cladding on it is been welded to the core by me. The cladding is a stainless powder metallurgy Damascus, which is quite interesting. So they take different grades of metal and they laser sinter it together. And I was told it was made in Germany, I don't know for sure, but it welded nicely to the core with a nickel sheet in between, and so that's really pleasing to me on that. One of my more fancier ones is going to be this one here actually. This one is copper sanmei, 6 layers on either side of a single core. I use 80 CRV2 steel, and I alternate between a layer of copper surrounded by nickel, steel, copper surrounded by nickel again. I left the forge scale on the spine, and then of course again hollow ground the blade to show off more of those layers. So that gives you a total of 13 layers of steel.
Farriers give us a call, tell us how they want their vehicles fitted out. We obviously then work to the space that we have to be able to fit their equipment in and come up with the best solution for them. So some farriers have fitted them onto their vehicles 3 times over. So they'll come back to us, we'll take it all off the first one, fit it to the next one, and so on. Not happy about doing that because we're never going to be able to retire. But it's great to know that the actual product is, the longevity of it is,
outlasting the vehicles.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So good products.
It looks amazingly hard wearing.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's all fully TIG welded. So and it's 3mm aluminium. So it's really strong and obviously well made.
Yeah.
So obviously plenty of room to put the shoes. A nail drawer here underneath the fire. Plenty of room here to put. Some people obviously have a stand for their anvils, so that would go here. This particular conversion has the Gaslow gas in. Some people just put the portable bottles in. It's a barn door, so.
And then you've got access around the side as well.
Yeah.